Hi guys, Techtober is getting to an end and I'm so excited. We had so many events, so many product releases, and the pinnacle of all is the last Apple event. You know about it, it's the MacBook Pro event. Let's talk about it. As you know, Apple is going big on services. So they started with Apple Music, obviously, and they released a new service called Apple Music Voice. So basically you can shout out to Siri and get some nice playlists auto-created, auto-curated by the best DJs in the world just by mentioning the type of music you like, and you're gonna get something awesome to go with. Then Apple went on with AirPods. AirPods. We love our AirPods, and we only had the second generation and the AirPods Pro. Then Apple released now the third generation of AirPods. There's no noise cancellation, but you get an extra hour of battery life. It's redesigned. You know how Apple does it. They made it a little longer. It can go nicely into your ear. And well, I think it's a great improvement. The price is a little heftier than the previous generation, but I think with time we're going to stabilize that. This is a new world, a world where Apple listens to their customers. We had the ProMotion iPhone 13, and now the new M1. Apple just is taking it from one level to the next. We had the M1 MacBooks, the M1 Mac Mini, the M1 iPad Pro, the M1 iMac, and now the M1 MacBook Pro, not just the 13-inch, but the real one, the one we've been expecting. This is awesome. Apple obliterated Intel. They just took Intel and put them in the trash. It's as simple as that. It's as easy as it goes. The M1 MacBook Pro and the whole lineup of M1s that I just spoke about were already huge. They were already crashing the Intel. And the CEO of Intel had to speak. He said he's going to try and get back Apple's trust. But, well, Apple said within 2 years they're going to transition all their devices. And this was one of the most important. We needed to see how Apple is going to take it and if Apple could really make a pro device for the M1 MacBook Pro users. And Apple released the M1 Max and the M1 Pro. Two new generation of CPUs from the first silicon chip going into the Mac, and I must say it's the next level. Apple didn't just take on Intel on this. They are also taking on ATI and NVIDIA. We're talking about 32 core GPU, 64 gig of unified memory. Who does that? Who does that, guys? So why is it a big deal? Why do we really care about this new M1 stuff? And why are we saying Apple went back? Or why are we saying that Apple listened to their customers? Well, everybody wanted 120 Hz displays on the iPhones, and Apple gave us that. And what did everyone want on the MacBook Pro? Here I have my 2017 MacBook Pro, and I must tell you, the ports, I only have 4 USB-C ports, and it's a big deal because I can go to a presentation and I need this dongle. Without this dongle, I can't do anything. I have my networking port, I have VGA, I have my SD card, I have my HDMI. But on the M1 Mac, same thing. I have 4 ports, 4 USB-C ports, and that's it. I don't have any way of connecting all the things I want without using dongles. And that's something that the Pro users have always wanted. If I were to be editing on my MacBook Pro, what am I going to do after recording from my camera? I'm going to pop up the SD card, put it in the dongle, and then connect it. So Apple really listened, and they brought us a little bit of our ports. This is similar, or this is just as saying that Apple brought the jackpot back to the iPhone. Guys, that's a dream, forget about it. Let's get back to real stuff. So Apple added back the SD card port, and they added the HDMI port as well. So now you can just move around. Pro users can just pop on an SD card and put in their MacBook and then just use it. This is what we want. This is what Pro users want to do. It reduces the amount of things they have to do in their workflow. It lightens their bag. They can just pick up the MacBook Pro and go and work. This is what Pro users want, and Apple is now listening to Pro users. So this is what I think is going to happen. Apple is going to now create a bigger gap between the normal users, the standard users. I'll talk about people that use them. MacBook Air, people that use a normal iPad, people that use an iPhone 13 or iPhone 12. They don't really want to go to the Pro. And then the Pro users. This is what Apple is going to do. So we see the ports coming back. I won't be surprised that on the next Mac Pro, the desktop version, we're going to get some of the ports back. We're going to get all the ports back and as much flexibility as we can. What did Apple really do to make the M1 awesome? They increased it, they made it more dense, and then it released all its power. Same thing is going to happen. I just want to imagine what Apple would do if they would put 3 or 4 or 5 M1 chips on the same motherboard, or they will allow you to make it modular. You can just pick one M1 module, another M1 module, and slot them in your Mac Pro. I want to see an iMac Pro with 4 or 5 M1 in there. And it's a big deal because Intel is playing catch up and they have no idea. I don't think they have any idea how they're going to get there.
Alright guys, let's talk about this from a marketing perspective. Every revolution comes with a price. So when you start a revolution and nobody follows you, you're going to have issues. When Apple removed the jack port from the iPhone, we realized that a lot of producers that were producing headphones and earphones started making Bluetooth headphones to match the demand. But as they removed the port from the laptops and only put USB Type-C port, we didn't see any big thing happen. We didn't see much TV with a USB Type-C port to connect instead of using the HDMI. We didn't see anything like that, which makes Apple think, did this revolution really work? No, it didn't. A lot of people are still asking for it. They are asking for the ports to come back, they're asking for the HDMI, they're asking for the card, the SD card port to come back, and they realize that if they don't bring it back, they're going to lose a lot of people. So we decided to bring it back, and it's a good thing actually. We shouldn't think about it as a failure. It's rather a win for Apple. To have had the thought of bringing it back is something that we would never have expected from the old Apple, and that is something good. Apple is keeping his pride, but it's also matching the customer demand, and it's great. I'm out.
Get out of my video. Guys, I got a little bit carried away. The new MacBooks just blew me up. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna show you on this channel. We're gonna unbox it together. We're gonna set it up. It's gonna be awesome. But let's get a little bit more serious. So where are we going from here? What's happening in Apple? We are seeing a new Apple that is more agile, that is more customer centric, that is customer focused. An Apple that will do everything to bring you into the ecosystem and keep you there. The walled garden, as it is called, where you have all your Apple devices interconnected that speak to each other and that keep you right there. That wall is climbing up. So what does it mean for you, the consumer? Tell me in the comment below. It means that users need to get more, I would say, reserved. You don't just go on the Apple website as it used to be because you have the means and just buy the latest one, the most expensive one. You're gonna have a lot of features that you're not gonna use. So it's better if you really look at the features, really look at what you are getting and buy for your budget, even if you don't really have one. Otherwise, you are going to be counterintuitive to what Apple is doing, which is to always make sure their products are in line with environmental stuff. If you are getting the latest and the highest, well, you're not going to use it. So why did you make them produce it? Buy what you need and just use that. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments what you think about what Apple is doing. Also tell me what you like about what we do, what you think we should do. Tell us about the videos you'd like to see. And my name is Igor. This was Mr. Purple Tech. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.